As we move through the first quarter of 2026, a remarkable cultural shift is occurring within the international music community, centered around a singular, transformative talent. While the industry has long been dominated by manufactured pop stars and polished digital perfection, a 20-year-old independent artist is currently rewriting the rules of vocal impact. Jordan is no longer being discussed merely as a successful singer, but as a global emotional interpreter whose work transcends traditional entertainment boundaries. Reporters covering her recent appearances have noted a unique reaction among audiences. It is not just applause they witness, but a collective emotional release. This phenomenon has sparked intense academic and journalistic interest into how a single voice can act as a sanctuary for millions in an increasingly chaotic world. But behind the global standing ovations and the chart-topping success, a massive question remains. Is there a scientific or spiritual secret behind her ability to heal through sound? Our investigative team has consulted with acoustic specialists to analyze the specific frequencies found within 2026 vocal performances. Some researchers suggest that her sound is grounded in the natural resonance theory, often associated with the 432 Hz frequency, which many believe aligns with the mathematical consistency of nature. Unlike the standard 440 Hz tuning used in modern pop production, its unfiltered, raw delivery often hits tonal centers that listeners describe as soothing or therapeutic. This isn't just a stylistic choice. It appears to be a biological response triggered by her unique vocal cord structure and breath control. While major labels spend millions on synthetic pitch correction to achieve a perfect sound, has relied on this organic, resonant quality to build her independent empire. This dedication to natural acoustics has forced the industry to reconsider the psychological impact of frequency on the human mind. While scientists debate the physics of her voice, thousands of fans are coming forward with stories that suggest the healing is very real. The digital landscape is currently flooded with thousands of testimonials that have surfaced in the comment sections of her latest Secret Trilogy albums. We have analyzed these reports, finding a consistent pattern of fans who claim that music has served as a primary tool for managing chronic pain, grief, and severe anxiety. This isn't typical celebrity worship. It is a deep, transformative connection where the listener feels seen and heard through her melodies. By releasing her highly vulnerable work through her family-run label, she has bypassed the traditional corporate focus groups that often strip the soul out of modern music. This independence allowed her to maintain an emotional honesty that major label executives once called too heavy for the mainstream market. Now, those same executives are watching in disbelief as her unfiltered vulnerability becomes her greatest commercial asset. As these personal stories of healing go viral, the industry is forced to ask, can a voice actually be more effective than traditional therapy? Journalists covering the 2026 music scene are increasingly comparing to past healing voices like Billie Holiday and Washington. These legends were known not for their technical perfection, but for their ability to channel human suffering into a universal salve. Appears to be carrying this ancestral torch, bridging the gap between the golden age of jazz and the high-tech reality of the future. Her phrasing and emotional maturity rival seasoned musical legends, effectively rebutting the skepticism that once surrounded her as a child prodigy. By studying the masters of the 1920s, she has reverse-engineered a style that prioritizes feeling over flawlessness. This historical connection gives her sound a weight and a depth that is rarely found in the ephemeral world of modern pop. She is not just singing notes, she is channeling a century of musical wisdom into a contemporary context. But her connection to the past isn't just academic, it is rooted in a personal philosophy that begins with her feet touching the earth. Perhaps the most discussed aspect of her 2026 persona is her refusal to wear shoes during her live performances, including her massive residency at the Las Vegas. While critics once dismissed this as a lingering gimmick from her childhood, her team has clarified that it is a logical grounding technique. Claims that by standing barefoot, she can physically channel the vibrations of the music and the energy of the room more effectively. From an acoustic perspective, This grounding allows her to maintain a perfect, centered pitch by feeling the frequency through her entire body. She has traded the glossy polish of high heels for a raw, physical connection to the stage, redefining the independent artist's path to global dominance. This refusal to conform to fashion standards is a symbolic rejection of the plastic nature of the corporate music machine. She has proven that being grounded in your own truth is the most powerful marketing strategy in existence. This physical grounding is only one part of a much larger practice routine that focuses on the mind rather than the throat. Our reporting indicates that daily practice routine is fundamentally different from the vocal factory models used by major labels. Sources suggest that her preparation is 90% emotional recall and only 10% traditional technical drill. While corporate stars spend hours with vocal coaches to manufacture a specific radio-friendly tone, spends her time internalizing the poetry and stories behind her lyrics. This logical dedication to emotional honesty is why her sound is often described as otherworldly or hauntingly real. She has bypassed the clinical, over-rehearsed style that dominates the charts, opting instead for a sound that feels spontaneous and deeply personal. This practice methodology is a direct challenge to the industrial model of music production, proving that technical skill without emotional depth is hollow. By prioritizing her inner world, she has sharpened the natural vocal weapons needed to command a global arena. While her methods are unconventional, they have yielded a level of loyalty that major labels find impossible to manufacture. The release of her secret trilogy, Soul, Star, and Love, has created what critics are calling a vulnerability vortex in the 2026 market. Each track, many inspired by her grandmother's private poetry, serves as a raw exploration of human loss, hope, and resilience. From a reporting standpoint, this trilogy is a logistical miracle for an independent creator, cementing her as a prolific powerhouse who does not need a label's permission to speak her truth. This independence allowed her to release her most vulnerable work, such as the March 6, 2026 debut of Secret of Love, without corporate interference. The lyrics act as a universal healing salve, allowing listeners to project their own struggles onto her melodies. She has effectively traded the gloss of pop for the grit of reality, a move that has completely captivated the Grammy voting committee and the global public. She has proven that in an era of AI and deepfakes, true vulnerability is the only currency that still matters. However, this organic success has led to a series of coordinated attacks from those who fear her independent power. As momentum reached an unstoppable level in early 2026, a series of accusations surfaced attempting to label her as an industry plant. Some critics argued that her independent growth was too perfect to be organic, suggesting secret backing from corporate billionaires. However, our investigation found no evidence to support these claims. Instead, we found a decade-long trail of grassroots fan engagement and tireless independent work. Her loyalty is built on a foundation of genuine emotional connection that no marketing budget could ever buy. By remaining independent, she has avoided the eligibility traps and creative stifling that often come with major label contracts. This conflict highlights the fear that the old guard has regarding the rise of the independent mogul, has effectively fired the middleman, proving that a visionary artist can dominate the global conversation on their own terms. Her success is a referendum on the outdated nature of the corporate music machine. With the labels failing to slow her down, her impact is now being felt far beyond the confines of the music charts. Following her historic presence at the 2026 Grammys, success is no longer just about a trophy. It is a global mandate for authenticity. The Recording Academy's dilemma regarding her independent status has forced a public conversation about the value of art versus the value of profit. Her success is a confirmation that the global audience is desperate for unfiltered human connection. Reporters covering her current world tour preparations suggest that she is targeting iconic venues that prioritize acoustic integrity over commercial capacity. She represents a bridge between the legends of the past and the digital reality of the present, creating a sound that is both timeless and cutting-edge. This unique positioning is why she has become a lighthouse for other independent artists looking to break free from the system. She is proving that a voice that heals is more powerful than a voice that merely sells. Her journey from the streets of Oslo to the summits of global fame is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. As she prepares for the next chapter, the world is watching to see if her healing sound can truly change the world. As we wrap up our special report on the Jordan phenomenon, the final verdict is clear. She is far more than a pop star. She is a cultural catalyst whose voice has become a vessel for collective hope and healing in 2026. Whether she is performing barefoot in a Las Vegas theater or practicing in the silence of the Norwegian mountains, her mission remains the same: to translate the human experience into song. Major labels may continue to manufacture perfect stars, but they can never replicate the raw, emotional honesty that brings to every note. Her independent success has changed the conversation around vocal training, production, and fame forever. She has proven that vulnerability is the future of music, and that authenticity is the loudest voice in any room. We will be watching with bated breath as her 2026 master plan continues to unfold, knowing that the Barefoot Queen has already won the most important prize of all, the hearts of a global community. The final question for the industry remains: will they follow her lead into this new era of healing, or will they be left behind in the echoes of the past?